You listen to me, you go to the top. Bobby! Bye-bye!
Bobby.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby?
Taking the garbage out. You watch. 6 out of 7 days a week, she get the trash bag on her back. But that's what I did. I just didn't like to do certain things. So I don't know if guys are successful right out of the gate. I really don't know. I don't know that many that are successful compared to the ones that I don't even know. See, when a guy leaves his business, they don't call you anymore.
Yeah.
The Baron Von Raschke's and the Harry Races and the Bachwinkles and the friends of mine. But other than that, no. And had I not had cancer, I don't know if many of them would have ever called me at all.
It's true.
Than the handful of friends I've really talked to. Like Baron Von Raschke told me one day, he says, the guys in this business are pretty good guys. Only about 10% are jerks. But Raschke is the epitome of being a human being to me. I said, Jim, 10% of the guys are good. 90% are assholes.
Yeah.
He couldn't see the dark side. He was too nice of him.
Yeah.
And Red Bastien is a nice man.
Yeah.
And there are some nice people in this business.
But the majority
The
are.
majority of them, Hollywood, it's a cash business. It's a money business.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
What about the guys who, well, a couple different things. The guys who kind of live their gimmicks. They become that person.
Yeah. There was a wrestler named the Mighty Igor from Detroit. His name was Dick Garza. Was Mr. Michigan. Heck of a bodybuilder. He became Igor, the Mighty Igor. He was from Hamtramck, Michigan, which is the Polish section of Detroit.
Yeah.
Now to be politically correct, I don't know if you can do that stuff, but he played the part of the dumb.
Yeah.
Never used to say he's the original Polish joke. He came out with like nurse's shoes and had long underwear and then wrestling trunks and had a little hat and a little beard. He'd wave to you. He'd pull out of his trunks a Polish sausage and chew it.
Yeah.
And he'd wave and smile. People loved him.
Yeah.
Plus he was strong as a moose. He made all his money off the stock market. He was a genius when it came to the stock market.
Really?
And never spent a dime on anything. And I'd see him on the plane, he'd wave and smile like that. I said, Igor, you did Garza now. Quit doing your gimmick. He loved his gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was a genius. And there was a wrestler years ago named Ricky Starr. And he was barefoot. And he wore real skimpy white trunks. And he wore ballet shoes. And everybody thought he was gay. He wasn't. He was probably one of the best workers this business ever had.
Yeah.
I watched him have a match once on the old tapes. On a 1960 somewhere in Buffalo. And he got in the ring and everybody was laughing at him. And he wrestled this real tough looking guy with a goatee and long hair. He went out there, he slapped the guy around, he'd run away. And slap him and run away. The guy couldn't catch him. The people were laughing. About 10 minutes into the match, he was doing these phenomenal moves.
Yeah.
And chopping so hard you could hear it across the street.
Yeah.
And he turned the people around. And he had them in the palm of his hand. They weighed 195 pounds. And he went to England to work with you smaller guys. It's the last I ever heard of him. And I never met him. But I knew his brother named Mark. His brother Mark Starr never drove a car. Because he'd have to buy a car. He saved his money.
Yeah.
But he played the stock market. And he's probably worth more than Vince McMahon right now. So you couldn't tell by some guys.
It's like Bradshaw. Bradshaw put a book out about financially.
Harry?
No, Bradshaw, the wrestler Bradshaw.
Yeah, I think I met him one time. He was with Ron Simmons or something.
He's just phenomenally brilliant when it comes to the stock market.
And then you get some wrestlers that walk into the bar every night and they buy drinks for the house and they're wearing $20,000 Rolexes and you got say he's sitting out front and everything. And some guys never realize that check is going to come to an end someday.
Yeah. And that's what they have to keep in mind.
And when it comes to an end, you're never going to recoup that money you gave away to everyone else. Your earning power quits after a certain time. And that $15,000 Rolex you're wearing is probably worth 20 now. If you buy it new.
Yeah.
It's not worth that to anybody. It's worth maybe $200, $300, but I know, a couple grand.
Yeah.
Depending whose it is or who owned it, or whose diamond ring or whose gold chains.
Yeah.
But the smartest guy I know in this business, I have a friend of mine, Sergeant Jacques Goulet, Rene Goulet. Good friend of mine. Never worked on top a lot in this business. Good hand, good worker. And the reason the guy doesn't work on top isn't because he doesn't have the ability. Sometimes he's not in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's not looking for what he's given. But he worked all those years and saved his money.
Yeah.
And him and his wife lived good. They had the best paintings, the best of furniture, the best of cars and homes. He didn't waste money in bars. He didn't waste money on 4 new suits a week. He's retired now, has a beautiful home, plays golf, has a pool, living a great life because he saved his money.
You live the high life after.
That's right.
That's the idea, not to live it.
Yeah. Before you have Miller high life. When you quit, then you have the other high life. Your high life and Miller's.
Yeah.
I told one, I said, you beat Nick one more time, you get to keep him.
Put the word in the streets.